Good, YouTube? We back for another video, man. And before I get into it, I hope you guys have been locked in. I hope you guys have been taking care of yourselves, man. Let's get it, man. So, listen, man to man, man, right? Because, I mean, you gotta stop worrying about girls, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Worrying about girls, worrying about women, lusting over women is literally holding you back. It's your biggest downfall, and you don't even realize it. A lot of people don't even realize that them focuses so much on girls and women is actually the reason why they can't succeed in life. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, women will be your downfall. People, everybody has said it. It's literally written somewhere in a freaking in an enchanted text or some shit, in an old text. Women are men's downfall. And the reason why is because of our lust. Because we're so worried about lust. We're lusting over women. We care so much about women. I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? Ever since I was young, ever since middle school, when my hormones, my puberty started kicking in, all I have wanted more than anything was a girlfriend. Once I finally started being attracted to women, all I wanted was a girlfriend. And that's literally what my mind was focused on from since 6th grade to all the way up until freaking high school. Literally. It's so crazy because that's all I cared about. Literally, dead ass. I'm gonna tell y'all how my life would go. When I was in school, I would fantasize about getting a girlfriend. I would see girls that I would find attractive, call them my little crushes. But because I was insecure about myself and I knew I was ugly, I didn't even make the attempt to talk to them. And then come home, play the game. And then the cycle repeats. That's basically how my life went back in middle school. It was that simple. Fantasize about getting a girlfriend, waking up to reality, go home, play the game. And then the cycle repeats. Majority of my life, all I have been worried about was a freaking woman. And yes, having a girlfriend is good. Having a girl around you, right? It is important to the majority of people because most people, they want to start a family, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're somebody that is so worried about that and so like focused on it, it's gonna actually mess you up. And you know what's gonna do? It's gonna actually keep you from getting what you want. It sounds crazy, but when you focus so much on trying to get a girlfriend or trying to build that family, it's actually taking you further away from that than if you weren't. That's something I've realized. When I stopped kind of caring about girls and kind of focusing more on myself, that's actually when I ended up attracting more women. When I didn't care about them. But it's not even just about that, you know, because of course people are going to tell you, oh, just don't care about women so you can get more women. No, I'm telling you, don't do neither for right now. 2026 should be the year that you need to be locked in on your purpose, your goals. Put the girls to the side, man. Okay? Learn how to control your lust. Practice semen retention. Okay? But put girls to the side for right now and just lock in on your life, man. If you're a dude watching this and you're no longer in a relationship, Stop texting these girls. Stop trying to slide in their DMs, trying to get at them. Stop doing all that, bro. Because the reality of it is that all you're doing is wasting your time. And that's literally basically been my basis of my life ever since puberty hit. And because of that, that's why I wasted so much time as a kid, because I was so focused on getting a girlfriend. And back in middle school, I didn't get no girlfriend. I didn't get no play, no nothing, all the way until my junior year of high school. So from 6th grade to 11th grade, to 10th grade, nothing, complete zero. But 11th grade, I finally got an opportunity. I finally got what I've been wanting pretty much my whole school life. And I was so happy because it's like I did it. I finally got what I wanted. Just for her to leave me and break up with me 2 months later. My first ever relationship was only 2 months. Didn't even really do much. Never really hopped on the phone. Barely texted. She was a dry texter. We never really linked up. And we lived in the same area. In fact, we still do to this day, I'm pretty sure. But I literally fantasized about the moment of finally getting a girlfriend, on how I would feel, how happy it would make me, everything that me and her can do together. Just for her to leave me after 2 months. And because I was so fantasized about having a girlfriend, and when I finally got one, that's all I cared about. It made it even worse. Because now all I focused on was this girl. This girl didn't care about me. She didn't give a fuck about me, man. She just used me strictly for some attention. Right? See, back then I was oblivious. I didn't know female nature. All I knew was I got a girlfriend and I could sit back and relax. I had no idea, bro. I didn't know about female nature. I didn't know about them being hypergamous. I didn't know about any of that. I just looked at it as, yay, I finally got a girlfriend. And so when she left me, it literally destroyed me. Because it's like I finally got what I wanted after years of begging and pleading with God. Literally, I would pray to God all the time about getting a girlfriend because I thought that that's what I needed to make my life better. Because every time I seen a relationship on social media or in real life, they seemed so happy. They seemed so joyful. It was like sunshine and rainbows. Topped on with watching movies and TV shows that show relationships and marriages and big happy families, right? Clearly, I made a mistake because when I was younger, I looked at movies and TV shows like real life. I remember when I was in middle school, or before I went to middle school, I watched a skit. Y'all, I watched a skit, bro, of two people pretending I watched it's so crazy and corny now, but back then I literally watched a freaking love story skit on YouTube. A skit, bro. I never forget it. Bro, because I remember I was going into middle school. Oh my Lord, bro. I was going into middle school. And, everybody was talking about, oh, middle school is so different. Oh, middle school is this, is that. So I remember I looked up. Oh, I know what it was. I looked up how to open a locker because, middle school is when you finally have lockers, bro. Don't know why I did that. But no, actually, I do because I like being prepared, right? Because I was so stressing about middle school for no reason, but that I wanted to be prepared. So then I ended up watching this little skit. It was kind of like a love story in middle school, and when I watched that, my life changed. I became a relationship, a love story fanatic, bro, a fanatic. And now I have believed in a fantasy, in a fairy tale, all just off of watching that skit. And you know, when you watch something, they're gonna recommend more. So I started falling down the rabbit hole of love story skits, bro. Skits. Remember, term skits. Skits are not real. Movies and TV shows are not real. But I looked at it as real. So when I started watching these little skits, I ended up thinking that, okay, I'm gonna get, man, anyway, I'm not gonna talk too much about that. That's an embarrassing chapter of my life that I do not want to revisit. So, but basically what I'm trying to say is that that's basically what happened, you know? And that's what caused me to be in this fairy tale and be a fanatic of relationships. And during the time of 2022, right? You know, I'm pretty, I was in I was still in junior year, but 2022 was the year that I finally started getting some female attention. It started because I ended up trying to, I had became so desperate, y'all, to get a girlfriend, because after not having one for so long, that I ended up going the other route, which was trying to talk to girls online that don't even live where I live. I was that desperate. So I remember I went on TikTok and I literally ended up talking to some girls that on there, really two, right? And I ended up like, actually, one of them I actually ended up talking to, and she wasn't even in my city or area, but she was in a state where I have family at. So I tried the whole long distance thing, right? Man, it didn't work. I liked her, but the thing about it is that she didn't really like me. I don't even know how to explain it, right? We was friends at first, but she just ended up, that's a whole story for another time. But anyway, yeah. But then I ended up getting on, I ain't gonna call it a dating app, but I ended up getting on fucking Wiz in 2022 when it went viral, right? When it started blowing up on TikTok. And I ended up getting on Wiz, meeting girls off of there, and I ended up talking to a few, didn't go nowhere. And this one girl that I met off of there, I was in a fake relationship with, because I was so desperate, man. It was bad, right? I mean, I made a lot of mistakes during that time, just out of the fact of trying to get a girlfriend. And then when I finally got an actual girlfriend, it didn't even last. Didn't even make it a year. Not even 5 months. Not even 6, 7, a year. Not, bro, 2 months, bro. I'm even surprised we even lasted. I'm actually surprised we even lasted that long, because that relationship was nothing. We barely saw each other. We never linked up. Basically, we never seen each other. We only saw each other in school or work, and I barely saw her at those spots because, you know, it was bad, man. But basically, I literally have been worrying about a girl, and that was my downfall the whole time. And then fast forward to 2024 to 2025, 2024, 2025, those 2 years are important because I ended up making that same mistake again. This time, it was a lot worse. Now, around this time, after the breakup with my ex, I wasn't worried about girls no more. In fact, I wasn't even sure if I wanted a girlfriend again. But I felt like that, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be so harsh because, I shouldn't have hatred towards women because one girl broke my heart, right? So I decided to give it another try. And everything was going good. Everything seemed like it was perfect. Up until it wasn't. And basically, long story short, it failed to. It was on and off, toxic, a lot of lying, a lot of nonsense that went on. It was a situationship. We never actually dated, mainly because of me, right? I wanted to take my time and vet her out because my first girlfriend, I just jumped into it. I rushed into it because I wanted a girlfriend so bad. So I decided that I was going to take my time and talk to this girl for a year before I officially cuffed her, made her my girl, which was a smart play, And come to find out, it was a lot of other shit that she had going on. So I ended up cutting her off. Then I hit her back up in 2025. And then the rest of that year, since then, was hell, right? Was a distraction and everything. So the reason why I'm saying all of this is because I have wasted so many years of my life worrying about girls, bro. I have, literally. And that's why in 2026, I'm going to make sure that this year, I'm not going to talk to no girls this year. I'm not going to date no girls this year. I'm leaving girls alone for this year, bro. Because I need to get my years back of my life where I can just be by myself and focus on my goals. Because every time I have worried about a girl, it has never ended well. And all I have done was completely waste more time. So that's why I say, man, I told y'all my personal experiences because I want y'all to understand, man, that girls is not everything. Women is not everything, man. They could be your downfall if you let them. And the more you worry about getting that girlfriend or trying to build that family or getting married, the more you're gonna step away from that. The more you move further away from that goal. And I feel like the only way to get closer to your goals is to not care about girls. Is to leave girls alone. Stop chasing women and start chasing that bag. Right? Stop trying to cold approach. Stop trying to DM girls. Leave girls alone, man. Go 1 year without talking to a girl and use that year to just lock in on yourself and see what happens. You'll be shocked. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. And yeah, see y'all in the next one. Peace.